I say we keep going though. Let's plumb the depths. All right. So.
I say we get someone with a dread disease. Someone who's got 3 days to live. Step up.
Yeah, Duchovny.
What are you guys calling out? You want to talk about fathers?
Mine's dead.
Yours is dead. Okay. Let's put a pin in that. I'll put a pin in that. I got a dead father over here. You know what? Let's go. Why am I? Let's go out there. Is this wireless? Because I can't hear you guys that well. Oh, I just realized how loud I am when I'm up there. I keep shouting into the mic. Who is raising their hand over here? Wait, hold on. Over. Is it somebody, what did you have?
Such a professional. I'm black.
He's black. He's half black.
Woo!
Wait. And this guy's got a rebuttal.
I'm kind of black.
He's kind of black. Is that more or less than half black? He doesn't remember. That's severe. That's serious. As hard as it is to be fully black or half black.
I'm going to take a wild guess.
Yes.
I'm going to take a wild guess that there's no 100% black person in this audience.
Let's beat Gilbert's challenge. You're.
I'm sorry, balcony.
100% black. And gay. Come on, Buzz. Come on. New York. We got New York. 100% black and gay. In your face. Are you in any pain aside from the obvious?
Just no physical pain, just deep spiritual pain.
Deep spiritual pain.
Now you're 100% black. You're not a security guard here, are you?
Oddly enough, no. It's weird. I tried it and it turned me down.
He's a fan of mine, Gilbert. Eat it.
Yeah.
I have a 100% black gay fan.
Right here.
But what do we... 100% black, how do we even know?
I mean, we're doing like basic rounding up probably, but it's all far as I know.
Well, rounding up is how that's a terrible...
I'm sure there's a drop. I'm sure I've got drops of something somewhere, but as far as I know, it's 100% black.
I'm sure Thomas Jefferson somewhere in there was like...
Hey, he was like, you're a great grandma. It's real good.
I mean, I know, I think we all are kind of like a little less pure than anyone would... I don't think anyone of us want to be, right? Or isn't it white people want to be a quarter Cherokee? And anyways, but 100% black as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
You traced it back.
Yeah.
Where does the gayness come in?
I think we all know where the gayness comes in. and
Gilbert!
I would rather not picture it in my head right now.
No, come on. It's 2014. We all want to picture it in our heads. I'm kind of curious about are you New York raised and reared?
No, I'm.
Are you a New York native?
I'm not a New York native. I'm a DC native.
DC.
Really?
Wasn't that the murder capital of the world for?
No. AIDS infestation.
AIDS capital. Of the
AIDS
world?
capital of the world. Yes.
Did that
murder
change?
capital of the world is like Jersey, I think, or Baltimore. Camden. Then not Jersey then, but somewhere else, but not DC.
Right.
Is it true that when gay guys have anal sex, they scream out, "The tingler is loose in the..."
The tingler is loose in the...
I'm wondering how you know all this.
How do you... Okay, let's ask some standard gay questions. If you'll indulge them.
Go.
And you're not an ambassador of gayness. So I want to get subjective. This is a question I always am curious about. Is there a moment in your life when you knew, when did you think like, there's a division? Like I think differently, I feel differently, and I think it's more than just like me being an individual. I think I'm on the other side of a line that's being drawn somehow. Was there a crucial moment in your life?
No, I never had that like, oh wow, I'm gay moment. I just sort of had like, oh, you like dudes, you like chicks. I like dudes too, but you don't, kind of thing. It's really easy back while I was growing up.
Where is it just really easy in DC?
It's easy. Actually, no, it's not. I don't know how I got that.
Maybe it's easy for you. Maybe
it's easy for me. That's
maybe
what
it's a
I
new
can't
generation.
Say. Yeah, for me, I had it easy. But yeah, I've never had like a against each other moment or like a here is the division line. I sort of always knew. Like,
I think that might be a Gen X thing. Like every gay character in every movie has to have a monologue where they're like, and then Toby got out of the swimming pool. And he said, do you want to have a sleepover? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, because we both like girls, right? And I said, yeah. And I was lying. But maybe you're part of a new generation of star children that was like saw those movies and you're like, I'm gay. I'm not gonna make the mistake that guy made.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't have a Vincent Price moment, so I wanted.
Spider's delight. Your birthday cake covered in demons.
My name is Harry. All the vampires call me Harry.
What's the... Okay, now let's talk about something really, really sensitive, but probably not in New York, because New York is the most advanced, progressive, incredible city on the planet. But everywhere else, like, inquiring minds want to know... Where does the black and the gay intersect? Like, what is the conflict on that Gaza Strip? Because white, straight, fat Jim Belushis like me, we worship gay people and black people. And if you want to know the God's honest truth, and I can confess this to you and no one else, at a certain point we're like, black people are yesterday's news. They can take care of themselves now. Gay people are the new black. But in any case, I'm sorry to break that to you, but also there's like this unspoken thing. It's like to the extent that you can circumscribe black culture, and there shouldn't. I mean, black culture shouldn't have like such a. It's a, like there's a homophobia that's allowed, right? Right?
Yeah. I mean, yes. Yes, is the answer to your question.
Like,
yes,
it's not as called out, because what are we supposed to do? We're going to kick down every door and go like, everybody except gay people, and then we're like, well, black people, we'll put a pin in it. It's like we're already
we'll
trying
come back to you. We'll come back to you. We don't
want to be hypocrites and like come into your living room and go like, you black people are not tolerant enough. It's too meta for us. Okay, you could be homophobic for a little while longer. We'll figure that out when the time comes.
We'll get a pass and deal with you later.
And I guess it's like suburban white kids in the '90s, like listening to gangster rap. It's like there's heavy overtones of, if you were gay listening to that stuff and you were black, I would think that you would be like, shit.
It's shit.
Oh fuck.
It's a little bit like that. It's like, well, fuck, what am I gonna listen to now? But at the same time,
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks is really good sometimes, I hear. Yeah.
He's not gonna help you.
I could try that, I guess. No, it's weird. It's this weird dichotomy because you have these two minorities and they both have their own sort of psychologies about them. Like, you're black, you're this, you're gay, you're this. It's not really intersecting a lot for people's mentalities. But I mean, you sort of work it out. You figure it out.
Everybody works everything out. I feel like why is every cultural movement in our country why do I get the feeling that the unspoken foundation of it is the idea that white people are going to end everything, including racism? If racism is a problem that can be solved, white people will take care of it.
I think you're missing point. It's more like white people going to end in 40 years.
Well, yeah, I think that's what we're working against. I think white people are well, what do we do about racism? Let's have a meeting about racism. And it's yeah, exactly.
We'll just make more of us until we outpopulate you. Populate you, just sort of.
Okay, so all right, so when you have a friend and they're black,
do you mean friend or you mean friend?
Not like in a gay way. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I feel like my 6 black friends.
6?
Well, one of them's probably going me?
Wait.
One of Jerry Miner's listening right now and going, "Don't you dare!"
Is it Nicole Brown back there saying no?
Yeah, Yvette's like, wait.
As a black man, when you see black people coming at you, do you get scared?
Oh man, every day I cross the street so fast. No, okay. No, actually, I'll answer that question. That's a good question. I do. No, but it's people get scared of other people. I can't. If somebody's white gets scared, I'll go across the street. If I'm black, seeing a black person coming towards me, gotta stay on the same side of the street though. Can't leave. It's just you see people who aren't you. You don't know them. I don't know who you are.
Well, I cross the street when I see strangers coming.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's a black stranger, I gotta stay on this side. It's any other stranger, okay, cross the street. Black stranger, damn it, can't do it. What's up, man?
It's that whole thing. Yeah. I have to. Yeah.
You just stay on the same side. Give me a fist bump as you walk by us.
I'm always wondering, the elephant in the room with race in the 21st century is now that we've accomplished the fact that we go you know what, this is an artificial construct. It absolutely is physically, because 2 random white people would be physically as different from each other as a black person from a white person. It's in a technical kind of sense, it is an artificial construct that's being perpetuated, the idea that there is such a thing as race. And I get that, but at the same time, we have all this momentum. So it's when a black person walks in the room, I don't, my 41-year-old white brain never is unaware of race. I go, a black guy can just walk to the room. Now I can.
Well, if that's true, then why didn't you bring me on stage when I came in first?
Well, I didn't. Listen, you can come by anytime.
Can I ask a question? When you're happy or excited, do you ever yell, "Dynamite"?
For those of you listening and not seeing, our guest bears a resemblance. It's possible if you're just listening, that could have sounded incredibly racist. But the truth is, there is a resemblance.
But that doesn't mean I'm not incredibly racist.
No, that's still an option.
It can be both.
What I always want to know, and I only want to know just recreationally now because I'm 41 and I'm just I'm dying. I'm just wow, I can't change my brain. But I'm always curious, because I think 85% of everybody's always full of shit. And 85% of people in a certain age were race matters a lot, and so we should be really mean to people that look like this instead of like that. And then we entered a new era where we're okay, because of the work of heroes and brave people that risked shit and did difficult things, then we entered an era where we're okay, race is not supposed to matter, but we also just entered an era where 85% of people, i.e. idiots, just started going, I'm going to start enforcing that like a fucking idiot. You're still talking to a bunch of dumb people who are now lynching racists instead of, they're just writing letters to TV Guide and going, I couldn't help but notice that, I'm being a responsible thing. It's like you're still an idiot. We just went from from one form of coward to another form of coward. And I always wonder, like, when you cancel all that out and just go, everything cowardly is cowardly and everything brave is everything brave. In the grand scheme of things, like, what is the actual definition of not racist? Is it actual, because the modern definition
Porn
has
stars.
become, what's that?
Porn stars.
Porn stars. Oh, yeah. The pornography industry has, like, achieved it, right? Like, is that what you mean? Because it's like, we don't, like they have every license to be grody, like, but it's just sort of like.
This is absolutely true. Because, you know, I love porn titles where they twist around the real movie titles like Rambone and everything like that.
I know you love that.
I saw a porn film that was a black guy and a white girl, and it was called Amos and Candy. That's 100% true. I thought
it's
it was
100% true that you want that?
Yeah. It was
it's going
the
on my list tomorrow.
title.
Check it out.
It would make me feel a little bad watching it. Just out of alliteration. I just always wonder, like, is consciousness of racism, or is, like, because now that's become the new definition of racism. Now it's like, it's like you could go into a room full of people and the first person that acknowledges race, like, that's a weakness. That's a human weakness. And it's the actual, like, it's the less brave, it's the easier thing to do to, like, it's the more socially acceptable thing to point out.
Racism is whoever smelt it, dealt it.
What, yeah, whoever smelt it, dealt it. Yeah, that's the new rule of racism. It's like, it is true that someone that would be cognizant of race and might reflect that might be a symptom of latent racism, but at the same time, like, I would wonder, now that we're rooting that out, what's left? Like, aren't we actually just, like, creating some weird garden where you're
always obsessed with race. Like, I have so many friends who come to me, hey, man, like, no offense, but ask, like, you're black, right? Like, yeah, like, well, as a black man, just ask your question. Like, you have a question, just ask it. Yeah, but I was curious something about that. I think people are also, like, pretty obsessed with, like, race as the first thing. Like, oh, I have this question, but it's about race. I'm just not going to address it at all. I'm just going to dance around it kind of thing. Like, oh, there's a black guy. Like, okay, whatever.
But if your friend was a redhead, if they were or a blonde or a brunette.
My friend is a redhead.
Your friend, that's pretty hot. There's the same emphasis on consciousness of it, and I think that's the goal, right? You go, like, my friend's tall, my friend's a redhead, my friend has freckles, my friend's blonde, and there's blonde jokes, and there's redhead stereotypes, and there's all this stuff, and these are phenotypical characteristics that you can be conscious of. And you can be entertained by, you can be amused by. But the big difference is race, which is an artificial construct, has this wall where it's representative. It's like as if you took redheads and you said some weird shit about them, and then there was like this crazy wall, and everyone was like walking on eggshells, and there was all this weird energy about it.
Well, I've never had friends who are scared to just sort of say, for lack of a better term, just racist shit. Like, they make jokes about race, make jokes about, like, you know, black guy joke, white guy joke, whatever kind of joke, and just sort of do it. And sort of like there are, like, people, you're one of the people now who are in your comedy, you address race. Like, oh, it's a factor of our life, it's going to be a joke, but I mean, it doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to dance around it kind of thing. You'll be on eggshells. Yeah. And so I think, like, there are people who know, like, oh, there's race. Okay, whatever. And there's race. Oh, there's race. Kind of thing. So, like, for me, it's just always been, like, people I know, it's just like, oh, yeah, we're black. We're going to keep on moving. Is there another question? What's going on?
Yeah, I can't figure it out. I'm just so glad you came up here and made me feel like a better person. Which is the new racism.
You're welcome.
What was your name again? I forgot.
Jasiri.
What's that?
Jasiri.
Jasiri. I obviously never asked that because that's a weird name. Jasiri.
Right.
Right. You're like a Game of Thrones character.
I could be. I very well could be from somewhere else.
Will you stay up here and play Dungeons and Dragons with us?
I'm getting a sign yes. I've never played.
Well, yeah, it's okay. Either has Gilbert Gottfried, and he's going to be like crucial to the.
I think it's very important for me to mention he's wearing a Batman T-shirt, and on my podcast, Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast, we interviewed Adam West.
Yeah. No, you should listen to
it came in conversation.
People should listen to Gilbert Gottfried's podcast. There's no question about that.
You can hear it on gilbertgottfried.com and subscribe to it on iTunes or SideshowNetwork.tv. Now, if
SideshowNetwork.tv.
As a favor, can you go right to the mic and go, hey?
I think what you're asking for is, hey. What you're asking for.
Well, that's rerun, isn't it? Isn't it?
Can you go, what you talking about?
Wait, now, okay. This is racism.
Sure.
Because the only thing in he looks a little bit, he looks like Jimmy Walker. So the dynamite thing was not racist. hey, and what you talking about is racist. Because you're saying do things that other black people do. Shenane. Oh, all right. Thanks, front row guy. No. What was Rerun's catchphrase? What was Rerun's catchphrase? He didn't just say what's happening. That was the title of the show.
He used to dance, Rerun. He had that.
Somebody said, hey. It wasn't Shenane.
No, he was
You
the
think
guy.
Fat Albert.
No, yes, I know. Fat Albert said, hey.
The guy who was
Someone else said, hey.
His name was Dwayne. I think Dwayne used to go, hey.
Yeah, no. What?
And Fat Albert was, hey.
Yeah.
See, it was a subtle difference.
Yeah.
I think we've learned a lot about African Americans today.
All right,
I want you all to remember that Dwayne said, hi, and Fat Albert was, hey.